Hello there, vinyl community. I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll, where we talk about all things rock and roll and classic metal. This will be a metal episode because I'm reviewing quick reviews of a couple albums. So anyway, back when everybody was doing their top 5, 10, whatever albums of 2020, and I was watching some of them, and I'd already done one show on some of this. But Dan over at Cassette Mayhem, I watch his channel, and I recommend you guys too. Also, he talks a lot about metal and just hard rock and different things. But he's a really good guy, really nice. The only thing I can find wrong about him is he seems to be a Packers fan. So maybe we can, you can all say a little prayer for him, and he can get rid of that sickness. But anyway, a couple of the albums on his lists I decided to do a quick review on. I hadn't bought them yet, so I did. One of them, the first one, is Metal City by Raven. Now this was not in his top 5, but I believe it's one of his honorable mentions. So anyway, this is, Raven has been around for a long time. This is their 14th studio release. And Raven is what I would call a B-level band, a B-level metal band. Now, by that, all I mean is, they're not up there with the ranks of the Judas Priest and the Iron Maidens or whatnot, so I can't really judge them that way. But that doesn't mean that they can't make a good album or they can't be fun. And that's kind of how I would describe Raven and this album, is that it's just, it's just fun. It's, if you're in the mood for it, it's got some, it's all pretty much mostly fast and everything, and it's got good playing on it. So you've got John Gallagher, you've got both the Gallagher brothers, of course. John Gallagher on lead vocals and bass, and Mark Gallagher on guitar. They're just a 3-piece band. And now they have Mike Heller playing drums for them. They have went through a lot of drummers over the years. Mike plays drums for them, does a really good job playing drums, although it is one of my complaints of this album. And this is a lot of albums nowadays, especially when they're made probably for less money or whatever. But the drums themselves, the way they're recorded, are compressed too much, to the point where, all the stops and starts on them are just almost too perfect, because they're compressed. It sounds unnatural at times. But like I said, lyrically, sometimes it's kind of dorky. Other times it's fun. It's fun. Look at the album cover, for God's sakes. It's looks like a comic book. But it's fun. There are some standout tracks to me. The opener, which is called The Power. That's a good one. I like Metal City a lot, which is kind of different. I like dynamics in my metal, in the different songs and stuff. And this album suffers a little bit from not having a whole lot of dynamics. But Metal City is one that does. Motorheadin' is good. That's, of course, is a tribute song to Lemmy for Motorhead. And When Worlds Collide, that's a different song too. That closes the album. I like the opener and the closer quite a bit. And there's things in there, overall good album. I recommend it. If you're into Raven, you'll probably like it. But the next one I would recommend more is called Punching the Sky by Armored Saint. This is really good. Now this is, even though Armored Saint have been around for quite a while, there's really not much in here to look at, I guess. This is only their 8th studio album, but they weren't together for like most of the 90s, I don't think. So it's only their 8th studio album. They have been making more since they got back together in 99 or 2000, whenever it was. Now this one, I like the vocals a lot. John Bush still sounds great. He's one of those singers that seems to be able to keep his voice, and that's one of the things that really makes this a good album. You notice it right off the bat. Uh, let's see who else. Joey Vera on bass, who is also does most of the songwriting, if not all of it. I don't know. I didn't look for sure, but I know he does most of it. You still got Jeff Duncan and Phil Sandoval. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but both those guys play guitar, and then Gonzo Sandoval plays drums, and they're good. The whole band sounds good. Lots of dynamics on this album, different tempos. Basically, it's just got a lot of well-written songs on it that are performed well from top to bottom. I really like it. It's recorded well. It's a good sounding album. The drums sound good. I know I just complained about the other one. The drums sound good. The lyrics are well written also, sometimes kind of poignant. Good lyrics. I guess standout tracks for me would be the opener on this, Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. That's cool. It has this starts out, you wouldn't know what the album's going to be like the way it starts out with these, I don't know what it was, flutes or something going on. But then it comes into the song and you're like, oh wow, this is a good sounding record. Do Wrong to None is a good song. Lone Wolf is really cool, and it ends with Never You Fret. Another thing I like about this album is that the songs are not real long either. They're kind of shorter. They sometimes, like with Iron Maiden anymore, I feel like some of their songs go on too long, and they don't need to. These guys, the opener's kind of long, but besides that, they keep these songs fairly short. It's kind of cool. It works for them. So, like I said, Raven, Metal City, fun album, but I would definitely recommend Punching the Sky by Armored Saint over that one. It's a good album. If you haven't checked that one out, by all means, if you're into metal like that, I think you will like it. So, leave any comments. I'd appreciate it. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. I appreciate it. I'm Gary, and this is Physical Format Rock and Roll. You can catch us on Facebook and Twitter. And until next time, I will see you down the road.